My servants can smell your blood, human.
It has begun! That is right, everybody. The Mod Retro. The word out on the street. The talk is here. It has begun! So, just moments ago, literally moments ago, at 6-something Eastern Meastern, or who knows what time it really was, but all I know is, on the 4,000-year wait, it is here! Ha ha ha! So, according to Mod Retro, they all sent us an email today. Literally moments ago. Everybody got an email. Holy moly! We finally hear from these guys, right? So, they are shipping the end of July. I've heard that before. By the end of July. Wait a minute, let me think back. Yep, that's right. I've seen this before. So, anyways, yes, everybody got their emails today. So this is breaking news, everybody. Real breaking news. So, basically, they're getting the hype up there. Pretty good chance that, you know, they want to hype it up a little bit more. They sent out these pro units, these, these beginner units or whatever, which are probably the same thing as what everybody else will get. So as you can see, this is like the email everybody got. And so what they wanted to tell everybody is the M64 controller and our launch games will be shipping at the end of July. So as you can see, that's what's going to happen from our warehouse in Southern California. This means that fully certified consoles are already being loaded onto or into our warehouse here now. So basically, they haven't put a word out in like forever. And they sent out these base units to people and stuff. And usually when you send this out, I think the fact that it says Southern California, I think their product is actually still made in China. So who beat you first? So, unfortunately, Analog did beat you to the punch. And Analog's latest update allows for HDR and OLED support with a major difference in picture quality. So I've got like all different types of TVs, and just like you probably do at home. But if you live in 2026 and you don't have a 4K TV, there might be something going on there. I know we still have these 1080p's that are still working. Hell, I even have a 720p working. I have a 1080i that's working. Jeez, you know, what do you do with these things, right? Oh, I'm keeping them. But in the reality here, yeah, I had to buy a couple of TVs that were like the most expensive you could buy. Like the G6 and the G5, and, well, you know how I am. With Sony merging with other company, it's kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to buy any more Sony now. Because they're like, we're going to make it cheaper. Well, that's not what I want. I want the highest quality. So, there's people out there like this, right? So, with this M64 console, they are trying to hype it up, and they say, we get many questions about whether it makes sense to wait for the M64 versus alternatives. The alternatives would be Analog. But that's too late. It's not a thing anymore. Analog's already put theirs out. There's plenty there to get. So, Analog looks better, but I think the M64 in the long run may be a really good choice. And we will be testing them. Unfortunately, I've been buying games since since I was a kid, so I don't even know if this even matters. But what you're about to read here soon is going to blow your frickin' mind. So it says you should wait. Here are some features that make the M64 different. Okay, so they're going to price point and say their MSRP is the lowest. I'm not too sure how that can really be, because technically the analog was like $250, but due to supposed tariffs or due to this and that, whatever, they had to jack it up, I guess, for the collector's edition ones. And who knows, they're making some additional money. Now, 5-second boot to game. Well, that doesn't really matter to me. That matters to PC people. If you could count that down to 1 second, I might be amazed. That's right. That's me talking. I am the game guy. So, wireless over-the-air updates available out of the box. Well, here's a problem. I had to drop this on you guys, so prepare yourself. I'm about to get crazy. So, the over-the-air updates, right? Do you really want over-the-air updates? So OTA means over-the-air updates, and that means it'll want to link to your router at your house. At any given point, it may just update. So the problem here is do you really want that from Analog, though? Because Analog's in China, they're actually a good group of people at Analog, so I don't even want to go there, right? So Analog didn't really care about this, to be honest, but apparently I think you can hook up a USB to the internet or other components to the back of that Analog, and there's more you could do to this Analog. I don't know if there's a built-in chip to handle that or not, but I could always ask them about this information and find out more. I'm not tearing the thing down. I know there's some other YouTube guys that have. Well, here's what's crazy. So, the over-there update. Yeah. Do you really want that? Because when I think of that, I'm thinking of Jim Carrey in Batman Forever with his TV brainwashing box. Dun dun dun. Do you want to get brainwashed? Yeah. I also worry, does this mean that possibly the over-the-air updates, the fact that Lucky Palmer is tied in with the Defense Department and the government now, does that mean the government's going to have access? We don't know. You would think not, though, but hey, the government has access to everything anyways, and they just aren't telling you. Just so you know. So, yeah, that's right. Some Jim Carrey TV brainwash box. Okay, so after you get all your over-there updates, you're going to end up looking like this. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're gonna look special. It's gonna deform your brain. So let's get back to the actual whole process here, because this is kind of important to talk about. So 16 nanomutant Putins of process node AMD ultrascale plus FMGPGA poopatamps. That's a whole lot of talking right there, and I don't know if that does anything, but it made it seem kind of interesting. Now, fanless, noiseless thermal design. Well, whatever. It's called just open it to the air, and dust will get on it. The PS RAM architecture allows M64 to unlock significantly higher overclocking. Are we going to talk overclocking is going to be faster than analog? It's going to be a battle between these two. I can already see it. Full user interface control from console. Okay. Well, I do like one fact, though. So let's just bring this up. The analogs, they made some fantastic edition colors. And I think everybody should have been able to get those colors regardless. There shouldn't be a limited edition. That was one thing that I really wanted to see. I had to buy most of mine from, or wait, all of mine from like eBay, right? So everybody, if you look at, you know, Lucky's collection there, they're all pretty fantastic in a color shape, right? You got your clear smoke gray look, you got your purple grape, you got your maybe kind of jungle electric green, maybe some sort of green, pea green, poop green, I don't know. And then you've got the red. Now I'm interested in the red and green in this situation. Now, according to what we see here is the controllers come with the console. So if that's $200 with a controller, that is a price point. But boy, is he taking a hit? I guess he's going to take a hit, guys. But that's only for the early birds. So keep that in mind. So chromatic video pass-through. You can hook up your chromatic transfer pack, your chromatic, and I don't know why it says post ship date, but basically they're chromatics. They're somehow going to allow a video pass-through to where you can play your chromatic through the console on your TV. So that's cool, but the problem with the chromatic is the problem that it's always had, okay? And I'm not going to lie, Analog did it better. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to say it. Here's the thing, guys. The Analog Pocket that you can buy right now, I think it's still available. The Analog Pocket, it can play TurboGrafx-16 games, Game Gear games, Linux. It can play all types of games. Game Boy Color, Game Boy Black and White, Game Boy Advanced, Game Boy, Game Boy backside, Game Boy frontside. That's right. The chromatic can only play your Game Boy Basics and I think your Game Boy Color. It cannot play Advanced. It cannot play TurboGrafx. The Pocket plays with an adapter on your HD TV, on your 4K TV. Yes, you can play your Pocket on the TV. That's what makes it so cool. Plus, it has a whole bunch of other features for doing sound design and sound art and sound music and all kinds of stuff. But the chromatic is cool because it's got cool colors. And it looks really cool with its cool colors. The chromatic, I'd like a bigger screen, and I would like to be able to do more with it. So that's what I have a problem with. So, think about improvement. Chromatic 2, if anybody's listening. So, FPGA Core will be open sourced upon launch. Well, the Core, open source, I mean, he's basically telling you, if you want to mod it, you can mod it. So, many more just for fun features. Cart ejection button. I don't want it to pull too hard on the game. I don't want it to force the game and pull on the chip. If it's hard in there, you know, I don't know what kind of damage it could do to the actual case of the game. So think about it. You've got these old collector's games, right? I mean, I've got Zelda games, and if it pushes up on it, will it put marks or mark it up? I would rather slowly grab it by the sides and kind of slowly pull up on the damn thing, right? It has an LED up lighting, etc. That's pretty cool. It does light up. The controllers will be by far the best Value Pro controller. They're saying they have the best Trident design. The only problem I had with their controller, though, is that I don't see how it hooks up with transfer pack for Pokemon, you know? Like, so what's going on there? You know, the transfer pack for the Pokemon. But apparently you can hook up your chromatic and do it that way. So, I don't know what they have as far as this transfer pack for the chromatic, but that's how they're going to do it. So, it is kind of like a Nintendo war right now. The problem is what you guys didn't know if you've stayed this late into the video. Oh yeah. Did you know, and I'm breaking this hard to you, You can play video games, old Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, Game Gear, Nintendo 64, and PS1 on your TV at home using the Fire Stick. And the new 4K Fire Stick at that. All you have to do is just download this app program that you can download the BIOS and download your ROMs and all that onto there. Wirelessly, you can just sit there with your controller, put all that stuff in, and then after you've got your stuff installed on your Fire Stick, the new one, the 4K one and all that for the Fire Stick, the Amazon Fire Stick, yes, I'm telling you, you can update the damn thing and you don't even need any of this, technically. But there is a ton of us out there that are selling our old games. I dug through and found a ton of my old games, and I still have a few more in the box, and I found myself buying more Nintendo 64 games that I didn't have. You know, like for instance, Kirby. Don't have Kirby, why would I want it? Well, apparently it's worth a lot. But if I want it in box. Well, everything's pretty damn expensive. Wow, what a headache, you know? So, there's a lot of Nintendo 64 games I have. But would I really want to just keep buying these games that they don't make anymore? Well, we have a solution to that. So, he says, and quote, that, he had sent dozens of pre-production consoles to testers and stuff, right? Well, according to him, that we are directly funding development of brand new M64 games as well. Some are already months into development. Can you guys believe this? That just like the Chromatic, he's going to make video games. Well, there is a problem, though. If you could bring us the games remade, hint, I'm dropping hints here. If you're listening out there, if you could bring us these games remade in collector's edition cases or something special. Let's just, for instance, say Zelda Ocarina of Time, remade in like a realistic gold-looking case, and authorized by Nintendo, because you're going to have to get authorization because they're real sticklers. Stuff like that. Yeah, and this time do it up a little bit more. Let's add a little bit to it. Let's put some lights on the damn thing. LED lights, man. Let's do some like holographic foil kind of stickers on it and all that. You know what I mean? So, if you could come out with some of the classics, but not just that. Are you grabbing a hold of this? Grab a hold of this. Let's up-juice that. Let's updo the graphics on that. And you could play the original game, or you could play the juiced up version of the game. Now, of course, I'm talking a lot of good stuff here. And it would be fabulous if these humans could put that out there in less than a year. But they're not as brain developed as I am. So, the deeper dive. Everybody got this sent to them today. The Deep Dive Pro Controller. It says we've been busy doing the engineering work to send out fancy hardware trailers, and you probably want the money spent on the product anyways. As you already know, we don't outsource design to our manufacturers. So, they're basically saying they don't outsource their design to other third-party people that you'll see on Amazon. So this says white label existing low-end products from Amazon. So he's saying existing white label existing low-end products. Well, I'd say it, but that 8-bit do works pretty damn good. You know, here's the thing. We can't get mad at China. China does a good job. And you guys got to stop fighting with them because they're good fucking people. Okay? I'm telling you now, I've talked to some of the people over there and they're fucking awesome. Okay? The people over there actually mean well in the heart. Why do you think they're doing this? Come on. Now, low blows, as you might say, but I say different. I say you got to give everybody a fair handshake here. So I think over there they're going through the phase that we kind of went through, where it's like, oh man, it's like, I want my retro again. And they do. Over there, they love video games. Over there, they can produce stuff a lot faster than us because they have a workforce that goes to work and tries to get stuff done. I've seen their people in action. I work with some of them, and they're actually good people. They actually get involved when it comes to like designing. I've seen them tear shit apart, and they will just like modify stuff like crazy. Yeah, that's right. Someone that's renaming nameless in this video tonight. So, yeah, he'd be over there cutting wood and shaping it into the stuff, and then doing some crazy design stuff, and yeah, hooking up tubes and everything, you name it. So, you know, when it comes to people, we all want the same thing. So let's just go there. So the good news is we're already fully designed the best Trident controller ever made. I do agree. His Trident controller does look pretty decent. And we're going to find out just how good it works. I know there's people out there that pay for sponsors, but am I doing that? No. So it is overflowing with more features than any other pro level controller at its price point of mass-produced non-specialty controllers. So TMR, analog joysticks designed to be user swappable. Okay, we have retained the exact aerodynamics, or whatever that word is, of the classic Trident black shell for muscle memory. The back shell is made of aluminum for the most rigid grip possible, while only being 30 grams heavier than the Xbox Pro controller. Wow. Most accounted for by the extra lobe of Trident shape. You will not only receive a wired option that plugs into the M64 or your Nintendo 64, you'll also receive a wireless rechargeable pack. And you will also receive a swap-in AA pack for those of us left who still love AA's. The rechargeable pack is swappable instantly, not integrated. So basically what he's trying to do here, okay, and I wanted to touch base on this, with his Trident controller, he's saying that these PlayStation controllers that you buy, okay, and grab a hold of this. So PlayStation for a long time has been making controllers that have a battery pack built into them. And you can't swap out batteries if you need batteries. This gives you the option to supply your own batteries or your own rechargeables. And it's actually a great idea. This is where he wins with a controller. Because built-in battery packs, unfortunately, like the 8-bit do, is limited. They're usually lithium little battery packs that may only last 6 to 8 hours, usually 6 hours. Yeah, so those videos that I've been making about 8-bit do, you might be looking at about 5 to 6 hours of gameplay, depending upon if you have the rumble feature on, if you're doing this and that. Some people may claim they get, 8 to 10 hours, but here's what's really messed up. Some of those Nintendo 64 games, yeah, they ain't no like 10-minute game. You are literally playing for hours, and that is what's known as Zelda games, and all their games pretty much. So, you might be looking at 5 to 6 hours of gameplay, and then you have to recharge it. So that kind of makes beating a game in one single run a little bit hard. Now, there is a chance that the 8-bit do controllers can do 8 to 10 hours, but we haven't tested this. Nobody I know has tested it really. Because everybody online, they're just like, hey, sponsor me, and then they're done. And that's pretty much what they want. So, hats off to you, Lucky Palmer. You have my bid on buying a lot of those controllers. I love that idea. Good idea. Well done. Because you can put AAAs or their rechargeable pack and bam, there you go. Why even bother with the built-in charger? I have so many PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 controllers that are dead. You'll put them on the charger and it'll die like right away. And it sucks. So, I know what you're talking about. And why has Xbox had their controllers with batteries? For a reason. It pauses the game when the battery dies, okay? So you can easily just swap new in, back on, Now, a whole set of batteries, it could go all day long and more. So I don't know really how long those 8-bit do controllers last. But I would figure around about 6 hours would be my guess. And, I could look into it, but, who knows? You might be able to get more out of it. Until it wears down if you're playing with it a lot. So over time, after a year or so, it may only have 5 hours. Just like any built-in battery pack. So, we crammed in the largest proper eccentric rotating mass motor possible for a big retro rumble. He's making a bold statement here. He's basically telling you that Grandma just bought a massive monster truck. Yeah, from the monster truck stuff. Yeah, like bigger than Bigfoot. Okay? And this thing's going to roll over your house. Yeah. So, we'll see. So the Bluetooth compatible is with PCs, Android, and M64. It has wired USB, compatible with PCs, and blah, blah, blah. Compatible with the N64 Classic. We have incorporated the most cutting-edge Bluetooth modules into both M64 and the Pro controller. We will support a brand new standard called SCI, shorter connection intervals. There is no other combination of wireless controller and console that will get close to supporting this wireless input latency for N64 games. So the problem with Lucky here is he likes to be a little bit different and do something different. So he's going to try to make this be the best thing. And I'm dropping this on you right now, so grab a hold of it. There's a good chance that some of your consoles may not be perfect for about a year or two, just so you know. Because you're going to be getting updates to fix them. And as we know, with these updates come crashes or problems. The Chromatic had those problems. The Chromatic had a couple of problems, and they've solved quite a bit of them with their updates. Yeah, you had to update that the old-fashioned way, people. So, the last patch that Analog put out, there was the S24, which caused a few issues. Did I say S24? What is going on here? I'm thinking about phones. Okay, 124 came out, and then 125 fixed all of that and added some really crazy OLED stuff. So we will be making some videos on that in the future. But I wanted to see if some of my higher end games and certain games and get recordings of them. We don't always have that time. So right here we've got a picture of the controller. As you can see, he's saying that the bottom side is like aluminum. Is that true? I don't know. Or is there something in there that's like a case internal? It looks kind of plastic to me, but who knows? Now, what's sliding in right there is the battery pack. But apparently, something else can also attach to the end of that. So I like the idea. I like it. It's looking good. So as you can see, he's got a lot here. Understand that the game is outputting 240p or 480i. You may render this as high-res mode on some classic games for the CRT. I don't know, but I know that my analog 3D looks pretty damn good. And there's a whole lot more that I could say about the analog 3D that I haven't had time to make videos with full testing. But we will be. Oh yes, there's going to be a lot coming in the future. But why focus mainly on that? I've got limited run to do. So, this is Torin here signing off, as you can see. And they're going to be making this their top priority here. So that's how their site works there, people. And so if you go there and check it out, you're going to see you've got their chromatic that looks really cool. And I really love the way it looks. You know, it's just really cool. And you got the retro look going on it. Unfortunately, though, the Pocket does a lot more. And, you know, I love the Pocket. I'm sorry. But the chromatic, apparently you can change the way certain colors look and certain things for your Game Boy Color. So, you know, obviously Lucky's got, you know, his classic gaming, and, you know, he's got a hardcore one here. And so if you go to their site, you'll be able to see what was sent to us in email, which was right here, April 23rd, 2026. And prepare yourselves, everybody. It is the end of July, which means August, and that's when you're going to see it. So, good luck to all of you out there. I do love the competition. However, if I was doing this, as a final word to all of you, if I was doing this, and it's me, because I'm crazy, right? I'm going to build a machine that's going to cost over $1,000, but it is going to be bomb booyah. Okay, that's right. And I don't care about patents or whatever in the hell they call that, copyrights. Yeah, that's right. That'd be me. And so what I would end up doing is remaking all of those Nintendo 64 games. Oh yeah. In China, they're going to be making it for me, and I'm going to pay them fat for doing it. Yeah. And I'll take it a step further. My console doesn't just light up. It shoots fucking lasers. Yeah. Yeah. And it also has a homing beacon to bring aliens to your house. At will. Fuck the Wi-Fi, people. We've got aliens. So, I just wanted to share this with you guys tonight. Enjoy your night. I'll see you guys on the next one. Subscribe.
Click on Zombie Apocalypse.